On this James the Bike Guy, we're going to take a look at a bike that I'm all about. We're checking out the Specialized Diverge Expert E5 EVO. This is an aluminum gravel bike with a flat handlebar and a dropper post. This thing is awesome. So in this video, we're going to check out the features and designs of the bike. We'll talk a little bit about the frame, as well as we'll find out exactly what it weighs. So while we're checking out this pretty rad bike, be sure to hit that subscribe button, as well as leave your thoughts in the comment section below. So checking out this bike, this thing is just so cool. So I love the fact that Specialized, while they introduced a new Diverge frame for this year, they also added a flat handlebar variant, or a couple of them. This is the Expert E5 EVO, which means this is based on their aluminum E5 premium frame, and the EVO is the indicator that it's the flat bar. And for this frame, this is going to be a little bit longer, a little bit slacker, and the bottom bracket is going to be a little bit higher than the previous generations of the Diverge. And in fact, if you want to learn more about that, I'll have the Specialized Comp E5 aluminum review linked up above, as well as down in the description. So we're just going to check out some of the quick features. On this E5 aluminum frame, you've got internal cable routing, it's got mounts for a top tube bag, dual water bottle mounts, as well as a down tube mount. It's going to have huge tire clearance. Doesn't have to run a drop stay because of the single piece aluminum arm that comes out, allowing extra room for the chainring. And then of course you've got rack and fender mounts on the bike, both in the front and the rear. But really neat, on the Expert level of this E5 frame, you've got the Future Shock 2.0. So the Future Shock 2.0 suspends the handlebar, so instead of the wheel traveling up and down and changing in geometry or having brake dive or any of those issues, when you suspend just the rider above, this allows movement so that your hands and your body are well protected against the rough road, but you don't have the bike moving around on you. Now, the Future Shock 2.0 has an adjustable dial, so you can dial up or dial down the tension on that Future Shock, so you can dial in how it feels. For a Seatpost, this is running an X-Fusion dropper with 50 millimeters of travel. So you can lower the saddle to be able to get your weight a little bit further back, or lower the center of gravity when you're descending. Now, we should talk about that a bit, because this bike with the EVO setup bike is really able to capitalize on a lot of different types of riding. So in Specialized lineup, you've got a Cirrus X, which is their gravel flat handlebar hybrid. And this bike could almost be seen as the more aggressive version of that bike. A little bit lower front end, definitely more rowdy geometry, so you could have a bit more fun on it. It also could be a great light bike packing bike with the rack mounts, with the position on here. You could have a super huge day in the saddle. Or you could even make this into a really fast and fun commuter bike to be able to take into the city where you need something rugged, or maybe you live somewhere rural and you want something to get around on, but you don't need it to be a traditional hybrid. I mean, the bike is just super capable in that format. Now, for a drivetrain, you've got a super wide range 12-speed drivetrain. So this is running the Shimano Deore XT rear derailleur. This has a clutch on it, which is going to help keep control of the chain, so you don't have to run a chain guide up front. Keeps everything nice and quiet. It's running through a 12-speed Shimano XT cassette with a 10 to 45 tooth range. And then up front, you've got a Praxis Works carbon crankset with a 40 tooth narrow wide chainring. So this drivetrain is going to be a pretty wide range for a bunch of different things. Now, with that chainring up front, it's direct mount, so you can adjust the chainring size based on what you're expecting to do. So if you say wanted to take this on a bike packing adventure where you were going to carry some extra weight, you could drop that chainring down to 38 or a 36 tooth to get a little bit more low end range. And the same could be said if you were trying to use this solely for going a little bit faster on the road through a commute. You could up that chainring size and get a little bit higher end speed too. Now, wheel set, we've got DT Swiss G540 rims, which are tubeless ready, laced up to some specialized hubs, and it's running a pretty nice tire on here. So this is a bit more aggressive. This is the Specialized Rhombus Pro tire. It is tubeless ready, so out of the box all you need is some sealant and some valves, and it's got a 42C width. So this is 700 by 42C, so a nice healthy size tire, and it's a little bit more on the knobby side, so it's going to be good off-road and in gravel. So this is ready for the more rowdy rider right out of the box. To slow the bike down, you've got the Magura MT4 hydraulic disc brakes. These are 2 piston calipers on the front and the rear, running 160 millimeter rotors. They are flat mount, and of course going to have more than enough power to be able to bring this bike to a stop. So now that we've taken a look at some of the features and designs of this 2021 Specialized Diverge Expert E5 EVO, let's go ahead and find out what this bike weighs. The Specialized Diverge Expert E5 EVO comes in and weighs 22.77 pounds. Well, thanks for watching this video on the 2021 Specialized Diverge Expert E5 EVO. Go ahead and let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. Let me know what you think about this bike. Are you as pumped about it as I am? While you're at it, don't forget to leave a thumbs up. The likes help me know that you enjoyed the video. And then don't forget to subscribe. That way you can see more videos like this in the future.